Hey YouTube, today I'm gonna do an oil change on a G01 X3. This is a 2020. I'm sure it's the same for 2018 through 21. This is the inline 4 2.0 turbo engine. Okay, these are the things that I'm using today. A large catch pan, Castro synthetic, and a BMW oil filter. You can use Molly or Mon brand. I think they're the same thing. Okay. Large 27 millimeter socket for the oil filter canister, and I believe the 17 millimeter socket for the drain bolt at the bottom. This is my first time doing this, so I believe it's 17. All right. So first, get your car warmed up, and then there are two things you're going to remove. My first time looking for the filter, it was frustrating. I couldn't find the oil filter anywhere. I'm used to the previous models. Filter used to sit right up front here. Now this one is way in the back there, down below. Anyways, but you're going to need to remove this cover. And you don't have to, but if you remove this cover, you have a little better access to get the filter out. All right, so here I've lifted the cover off. There are 3 contact points. One here, and one back there. Okay, so those are the 3 points. And then this thing, same thing. There's just friction fit. You just lift it. There are 3 points also. They come off pretty easily. There you go. It's a little bit tricky to put it back on, but you know, nothing hard. Okay. And there's your filter canister. Way down there. All right. And that nut on top takes a 27 millimeter socket. All right, now we're under the car. Pretty easy. Plastic cover. You just simply lefty-loosey twist it off. Comes right off. And now you'll have access to the drain. I think that's it right there. Okay. All right, guys, sorry about that. I forgot to roll the camera before I undid the drain bolt, but it's simple. It's a 17 millimeter drain bolt. There you go. And oil is not too bad. It's at 5,000 miles on it. Not horrible. A little breeze going here, splashing everywhere. Anyways, that's it. Pretty simple. Just gonna wait for it to finish draining and put a plug back in. All right, here we are, guys. Got a 27 millimeter socket on top of the oil filter housing. Okay. Try to do this one-handed. So just loosen it up. And remove the cap and pull out the element. Okay, here I shove a little absorbent cloth down there just in case it drips. I'm gonna have to do this one-handed, so bear with me. Here's the filter. There you go. Got a little plastic bag to catch the drips. Now let's take a look in here. There you go. There's the empty canister. Okay, no drips anywhere. All right, I'm gonna wait a few minutes and then prepare the cap again, put the new filter back in. Okay, so here's the filter dissected. Separate the two halves. It takes a good tug to separate the cap from the element. Okay, so here I have a pick. I'm gonna remove the O-ring and replace it with a new O-ring. Okay, and then this filter is gonna go back in the canister. Make sure that it seats properly with this prong. Okay, and then the cap goes on top. All right, so back under the car, gonna put the drain plug back in. Make sure you don't double gasket. Mine was still stuck on there, so I just pulled it off. And here's the drain bolt with the new copper crush washer on there. Okay. There's the drain hole. Now I'm just gonna, it's real tough to do this one-handed, but I'm just gonna wipe that drain hole clean and then reinstall the plug. Okay, pretty simple. Before I put the element back in, I just want to put a flashlight up here to show you guys where that hole is. Okay, you see that? That hole up there, a little offset to the center. That's where the stub on the element needs to go in. Okay? Make sure it's seated properly in that hole before you put the cap back on. There's the filter. I just seated it in there, making sure the little nipple at the end of the filter goes in that little hole, little offset to the right. Okay, so there's a filter element. Here's my cap with the new gasket. Okay, and coat it lightly with some oil. And here we go. Not easy to do one-handed, so I'm gonna put the camera down and then I'll screw it in and get back to you in a second. All right guys, so everything is back in. Took a little fiddling to get the cap to seat into the on top of the element, but it's in there. And tighten it to 25 Newton meter. Let me take this out of the way. Okay, and that should be it. Next step is to add, I'm going to start with 5.5 quarts and run the engine and measure the level and add more if needed. Okay, so I just put in 5 quarts of this right here, Castrol 0W20. I checked with the dealer and their BMW oil is rebranded Castrol. So this is the same thing. Anyways, so 5 quarts went in. I will add another half a quart and then go drive and remeasure the level of the oil at that point. All right guys, so job completion. I put in 5 1/4 quart of oil, engine cover back on, electrical connector back on, the oil filter housing was torqued to 25 Newton meter. Okay, drain plug is nice and snug. and that's it. And I measured the oil that came out. It was slightly over 5 quarts that came out. I think maybe 5.1, 5.2 quarts that came out. So I put in 5.25. So I will start up the engine and go for a drive and check the level. Okay, thanks for watching.